The sequel to the movie Without Remorse, which is based on the same titled Thomas Clancy book, may also be adapted for the big screen. The introduction of Rainbow Six, whose name is derived from its inspiration, has been hinted since the Without Remorse credit sequence. Without Remorse was technically confirmed back in 2018 when Variety revealed that Michael B. Jordan would portray John Clark in 2 John Clancy book adaptations. While a lot has changed since then for Without Remorse, the film's concluding sequences imply that the 2-movie plan is still in the works. For anyone else, we've gone into what to expect from Rainbow Six, or Without Remorse 2, if you choose to think of it that way. Tom Clancy enthusiasts already know what's coming up next. Rainbow Six potential release date. When can we expect Without Remorse 2? Since that initial report in 2018, there hasn't been any official confirmation of Rainbow Six, so we don't yet know when the sequel will be released. Additionally, the movie earned negative reviews from reviewers, despite the fact that its commercial performance is unknown. Amazon might be ready to take a chance given that Michael B. Jordan played the lead. If confirmed, one concern that emerges is if it would be an Amazon Prime Video release instead of a theatrical release, as was originally planned for Without Remorse. Although the latter is more probable, nothing has been verified as of yet. Rainbow Six plot. How Without Remorse sets up Rainbow Six. Although there aren't many parallels between Rainbow Six Without Remorse and the book it was based on, the way it ends is comparable because John Kelly fakes his own death to obtain his new identity as John Clark. In the books, Clark subsequently notifies the CIA of his worries on the increase of global terrorism, and suggests they form a new squad. This sort of occurs in the film, but they choose to depict it as a meeting between Robert Ritter and Clark. After Ritter has been appointed head of the CIA, Clark returns to Washington, D.C., a year after the events of Without Remorse. He explains to him that he has been considering what occurred, the attempt to start a conflict between the US and Russia, and is concerned that it might take place again. So I came up with some ideas. A hand-selected NATO counterterrorism force that includes members from the US, UK, and other nations. The complete backing of the national spy agencies. Clark clarifies and adds that he'll manage it and that he wants to give it to the president. For personal reasons, he will call it Rainbow, and followers of Tom Clancy will recognize that the Six refers to Clark's codename as the leader of Rainbow. In the movie reality, Rainbow might be a reference to Clark's unborn daughter who died when his wife was assassinated by Russian soldiers. In the books, Rainbow alludes to the team's global structure. In Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, the team deals with a number of threats, including the kidnapping of a foreign trader and hostage-taking at a Swiss bank. These threats may be connected and may be signs of a larger threat. A similar storyline might be presented in the film adaptation. But given that Without Remorse significantly altered the major plot of the first novel, the only similarity between the 2 works and the sequel may be the focus on Rainbow. Rainbow Six cast, who's coming back for Without Remorse 2. If the sequel is confirmed, Michael B. Jordan will undoubtedly return as John Clark, who is now Rainbow's leader. It's more difficult to guess who else would return because Without Remorse didn't include any of the Rainbow Six book characters. However, we would anticipate that the film would deviate from the text, so we might see Jamie Bell return as Robert Ritter and Jodie Turner-Smith as Karen Greer. Without Remorse's availability on Amazon Prime Video does raise the prospect of a Jack Ryan series crossover. Fans of Tom Clancy are aware that John Clark and Jack Ryan collaborated regularly in his books. Although it has never been directly stated, it is assumed that the character portrayed by John Hugenecker, who goes by the names Mattis or Garth, is their interpretation of John Clark. This implies that in Rainbow Six or another future film, Jack Ryan and John Clark may cross paths. However, it's as conceivable that the film will seek to create its own Jack Ryan and keep the 2 stories apart. Rainbow Six trailer. Any footage of Without Remorse 2 yet? There isn't any footage of Rainbow Six, aka Without Remorse 2, because it hasn't even been officially confirmed yet. We will keep you informed as soon as we learn anything. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more.